Esmond here for hitthepick.com, hitthepick.com. Little college football action for you here. I love watching the Service Academy football. Army, Navy, Air Force with the triple option attack. Great fun. Army, of course, had a spectacular season last year, despite losing in the Army-Navy game. They did, of course, win their conference. 12 wins, most ever in a season for Army. Air Force and Navy were a little bit down. They're both expected to be better this year. Air Force plays in the Mountain West, Army and Navy in the AAC. A little more passing mixed in the past couple of years, but hadn't really worked out for them. I expect to really see them focus on that triple option. And what does that do? Well, it speeds up the game because the running game chews up clock. It lowers the number of possessions each team has. This has the overall effect in general of limiting scoring, and it helps keep your defense fresh. Last year, Army led the nation at 34.28 minutes and seconds per game in possession. Air Force at 33.54. Navy sort of at a middling 30 minutes and 6 seconds. But the trend was actually to the over for two of these teams last season, as both Army and Navy went to the over about 60% of the time. Air Force was just under 50%. However, when the service academies play each other, the unders traditionally rule at around 80%. They will, of course, all play each other, Army at Air Force at Navy, and then the Army-Navy game at the end of the season. Navy upset Army in that game last year, and that total went over the number. At 39.5 was the number of the total final score, 27-24. Navy breaking a 17-game, the Army-Navy game breaking a 17-game under run. These dogs bite. Service academies have been very successful as large underdogs, especially against Power 5 opponents. Since 1995, Army, Navy, and Air Force are combined 41, 11, and 1 against the spread when facing opponents favored by 21.5 points or more. Now, this is according to OddsShark data. The Army has no Power 5 schools scheduled, however. Navy plays Notre Dame in November, but last year got absolutely blasted 51-14. Air Force has no Power 5 matchups either, but does have UConn in late November. As of November 2024, in the last 20 years, Service Academy double-digit favorites have been a tough sell, going just 75-90 and 3 ATS. However, big trend in last year, 2024, the Air Force, Army, and Navy, 6-1 against the spread, the best in over 2 decades as double-digit favorites. By the way, Army and Navy are playing pretty weak schedules, as is Air Force, although Air Force is in a overall better conference. Final thoughts here. The books may have lowered the under too much in Service Academy games. That is when they're playing not each other. Now, when Service Academies play each other, you probably still want to be looking to the under. If you see a Service Academy team as a big underdog, you might want to consider that. And I think books were late to up the odds on Army, especially in terms of how many points they would win games by last year, and the Service Academies in general. I did great betting on Army to cover and on Army overs last year. I'm Loud Esmond. There's your Service Academy update for the upcoming college football season here for hitthepick.com.